What's up, Yankees Nation? If you've got the blue and white blood of the most famous pinstripes in the world running through your veins, come closer, because today's talk is serious, intense, and full of passion. Welcome to your official place to breathe everything New York Yankees. Here at the New York Yankees News Network, we live every play like it's the last. Today's episode is absolutely unmissable, and you're going to want to stick around until the very end, so you don't miss a single detail of the latest breaking news that's setting the Bronx on fire. No more wasting time. Let's get straight to it, because this past weekend was simply epic. Our beloved Bronx Bombers put on an absolute show, sweeping the Toronto Blue Jays in an electrifying doubleheader. It was a spectacle worthy of the baseball history books, packed with thrills, comebacks, home runs, and performances that would warm the heart of any true fan. And if there's one word to sum it all up, it's domination. It all started with that electric energy that only Yankee Stadium can generate. After a tough loss on Friday, where Devin Williams' closing performance stirred up controversy and left the team fired up, the Yankees hit the field on Sunday, determined to change the narrative, and they did so with full force. The first game kicked off with high intensity and saw its turning point in the third inning, when our offense simply exploded. With the bases loaded and tension thick in the air, young catcher Austin Wells delivered a true masterclass in staying cool under pressure. Down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, he battled through the at-bat masterfully, fighting off every pitch until he unleashed a thunderous double into right center field. That shot cleared the bases and brought 3 precious runs onto the scoreboard, flipping the game and setting the stadium on fire. As Toronto tried to regroup, they watched their ace pitcher Kevin Gausman completely lose his composure, arguing with umpire Chris Conroy and getting ejected shortly after. It was a symbolic moment. While the opponent crumbled, the Yankees only grew stronger. And if you thought it stopped there, you'd be wrong. Anthony Volpe, one of the team's brightest future stars, showed incredible maturity by working a tough walk and later punishing the Blue Jays with a solo home run in the 5th inning. On top of that, Cody Bellinger chipped in with a crucial sacrifice, fly, and even took advantage of a Toronto defensive slip-up to cross home plate. Paul Goldschmidt, the guy who never fails when it matters most, also made his mark with a double that drove in another run. Offensively, it was a full-blown avalanche, and Toronto simply couldn't withstand it. And on the mound, the steadiness came from Max Fried. After a slightly shaky start, our golden lefty adjusted brilliantly, tossing 6 solid innings, allowing just 1 run, scattering 6 hits, and controlling the game the way the greats do. This win extended Fried's personal streak to 7 straight winning decisions since last year. He's simply a beast when he finds his rhythm. The second game of the doubleheader had an extra special twist. It was our captain, Aaron Judge's birthday. And as only the greats can, Judge rose to the occasion when it mattered most. With the game tight, he didn't waste any time. On the very first pitch he saw from Chris Bassett, he launched a rocket into the right field stands, breaking a tie and pretty much sealing the outcome of the game. It was his 8th home run of the season, ending a 9-game homerless streak. Beyond Judge's heroics, Trent Grisham also shined with an early home run, and Jason Dominguez, our rare gem, added an RBI double, making it clear that the AL future is in good hands too. On the mound, Clark Schmidt put aside any concerns about his recent shoulder injury and dominated, giving up just 1 hit over 5 strong innings. And to cap off the perfect day, Luke Weaver, newly promoted to the closer role, showed he's more than ready for the challenge, retiring 3 straight batters to lock down the sweep over Toronto. The final scores, 11-2. And then 5-1. But more important than the numbers was the message sent loud and clear to the rest of Major League Baseball. When the Yankees catch fire, there's no stopping them. And speaking of getting into a rhythm, my friends, the good news doesn't stop there. Another hugely important name is about to return to the main roster and promises to make the team even stronger. DJ LeMahieu, after months of anticipation. Due to his calf injury, our veteran has begun his rehab assignment with the Somerset Patriots, and what we've seen has been encouraging, to say the least. Over 4 games, he racked up 6 hits in 10 at-bats, including a double and a home run. Numbers that are enough to make any fan optimistic. And it's not just his bat that's sharp. On defense, DJ moved confidently and securely, showing he's ready for the physical challenges ahead. It's also worth mentioning that besides playing second base, the coaching staff plans for DJ to start working at third base, a spot where the team has struggled with consistency early this season. Having his versatility back will be absolutely essential for keeping the lineup balanced and giving manager Aaron Boone more tactical options. And now, Yankees Nation, before we jump into even more updates, I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, which of this weekend's highlights excited you the most? Was it the offensive explosion, Max Fried's masterful performance, Aaron Judge's clutch home run, or the promising return of our beloved DJ LeMahieu? Drop your thoughts. Let's keep building this passionate community that grows stronger with every game. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the latest news from our beloved team, take a second to subscribe to the channel. It really helps our community grow and ensures you never miss any of the hottest updates about our Yankees. And if you thought the excitement ended there, hold on. There's more. The Yankees bullpen also underwent a quiet but absolutely necessary revolution. After a worrying start to the season, Devin Williams, who arrived as a big-name closer, has been removed from the closer role. It was undoubtedly a tough decision, but also an inevitable one. The numbers don't lie. In just 8 innings, Williams posted an alarming 11.25 ERA, highlighted by a brutal string of mistakes, including a painful loss to the Toronto Blue Jays, where he couldn't retire a single batter and surrendered 3 runs without resistance. For a team with its sights set firmly on the World Series, that kind of performance is simply unacceptable. Manager Aaron Boone, always careful to protect his players, communicated the decision respectfully, emphasizing that Williams' removal from the closer role is temporary and aimed at helping him regain his best form in lower pressure situations. Boone made sure to highlight the pitcher's talent, reminding everyone that Williams' famous airbender pitch is still a deadly weapon when executed correctly. But the reality is that so far Williams has struggled. His strikeout rate has dropped dramatically, and opposing hitters are making hard contact much more frequently than expected. This situation forced the Yankees to act quickly, and stepping up to take over was none other than Luke Weaver. If there were any doubts about his ability, they were quickly erased by the calm and efficient way Weaver closed out Sunday's second game, retiring 3 straight batters and securing the win with authority. This transition represents much more than just a change in names. It shows that meritocracy rules in New York, and absolutely no one has a guaranteed spot. To stay with the Yankees, you have to perform, and that very mindset is what builds champions. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, another battle is beginning to take shape. The Yankees are about to face one of their biggest challenges in recent years in the upcoming MLB draft. And this time, it's not on the field, but off it, in the complex negotiations and decisions that will shape the future of the franchise. For the first time in a long while, the Yankees will enter the draft with the smallest bonus pool among all 30 teams in the league, just $5,983,600 available to sign new talent. It's a very tight budget compared to previous years. But how did this happen? Part of the responsibility falls on the bold moves made during the offseason. The stellar signing of Max Fried, while an absolute home run on the field, came at a cost. The loss of a second-round pick and a 10-spot penalty in the draft order for exceeding the second luxury tax threshold. As a result, the Yankees' first pick will only come at 39th overall, with a signing bonus pool limited to around $2.59 million, followed by a sharp drop in available funds for subsequent picks. This means the franchise will have to be extremely precise. Every pick must be spot on, and every dollar must be wisely invested. There's no room for mistakes. Exceeding the allowed bonus pool would result in severe penalties, hefty fines, and even the loss of valuable future draft picks. In other words, the scouting department must operate with surgical precision, targeting talents who fit within the budget but can still be developed into key contributors in the coming years. Simply put, Yankees Nation, future success on the field won't depend solely on Aaron Judge's home runs or Anthony Volpe's clutch hits. It also hinges on smart strategic decisions in the draft. It's a silent battle, far from the spotlight, but absolutely crucial to the dynasty's continuity. Meanwhile, behind the scenes with the current roster, there was a bit of a controversy involving one of the team's most charismatic players, Jazz Chisholm Jr. During a recent intense series, Chisholm couldn't contain his frustration after a controversial situation and posted a message on social media during the game. In the heat of the moment, the post quickly went viral, sparking reactions from fans and the MLB itself. Initially, the league handed Jazz a one-game suspension for violating player conduct rules. But the Yankees, quick and attentive, filed an appeal and successfully overturned the suspension. The final decision reduced the penalty to just a formal warning, acknowledging that while the gesture was reckless, it didn't show malicious intent or warrant keeping him off the field. For Jazz, it was an important lesson. In today's world, where a single click can turn into headlines, every action must be even more carefully considered. Inside the clubhouse, the incident served a bigger purpose beyond the scare. It opened space for important conversations about balancing spontaneity and emotion, the soul of the sport, with the responsibility that comes with wearing the most iconic jersey in baseball. The veterans emphasized the need to protect the group, while the younger generation defended authenticity and personal expression. In the end, it became clear that the Yankees' strength lies not only in talent, but also in their ability to learn, unite, and grow together, even through missteps. And now, my fellow Yankees fans, before we dive into even more hot news, I'm asking you for that usual support. If you're enjoying this passionate and detailed coverage of our beloved Yankees, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It costs nothing, and it helps grow this amazing family that's getting bigger every day. And while you're at it, drop a comment below and tell me, which of today's stories hit you the hardest? Was it Judge's fireworks, DJ's comeback, Weaver stepping up as closer? I can't wait to hear your thoughts and keep this awesome conversation going with you. On the mound, beyond the stellar performances from Max Fried and Clark Schmidt, it's important to highlight the work of the bullpen as a whole. Even with the early turbulence surrounding Devin Williams, the Yankees have managed to build a wall. In the late innings of recent games, Luke Weaver, now officially the closer, has embraced the challenge with an impressive calmness. His pinpoint pitches, his focused demeanor, his lack of visible nerves, everything points to someone who fully understands what's at stake and is ready to lock down games during the most critical moments of the season. And his bullpen reinforcement couldn't have come at a better time. Because as we all know, baseball is a brutal sport. It's not enough to dominate early innings. You need mental toughness and ice in your veins to close out games, especially when that final out feels heavier than ever. Another rising name behind the scenes is young pitcher Clayton Beeter, who continues his rehab and is pushing for a spot on the main roster. After a rough outing early last week, Beeter showed great resilience, coming back strong on Saturday with nearly 2 spotless innings, reaching 97 mid-PH with ease and commanding the strike zone well. Beeter's development is another crucial piece in the long-term puzzle the Yankees are putting together, proof that the franchise is focused not only on the present, but also on building for the future. All of this movement, all this energy, all this collective effort reminds us that success in New York isn't accidental. It's built, it's earned, it's fought for every single day. And right now, seeing what's happening both on and off the field, it's impossible not to feel optimistic. The season is still long, yes. A lot can still happen, but the foundation is solid. The will to win is undeniable. And the talent, well, that's never been in question. What's taking shape before our eyes is the rise of a team that doesn't just want to win. They want to leave a lasting mark on history. And here at the New York Yankees News Network, we'll be right by your side, passionate fans, following every step of this journey. In fact, now is the perfect time to strengthen our community even more. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is your moment to join the Yankees family. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and come live every emotion, every victory, every drama of this unforgettable season with us. And of course, I want to hear from you too. What are you enjoying the most about this current Yankees moment? What makes you most proud to root for this legendary team? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your opinion with our community, and let's build the best Yankees discussion space on the internet together. And if you think this incredible Yankee streak is just an early season hot run, you might want to rethink that, because what we're witnessing goes way beyond short-term wins. We are watching the formation of a true championship team, a group that breathes commitment with every play and fully understands the greatness of wearing the most respected uniform in baseball. It's not just about winning games, it's about representing the history, the passion, and the tradition that make the Yankees the Yankees. Every player who steps onto the field today carries not just a glove and a bat, but also the pride and the weight of generations who turned the Bronx into the beating heart of American sports. And the reflection of this mentality isn't limited to the veterans. The blend of experience and youth that Aaron Boone has put together is simply spectacular. On one side, players like Paul Goldschmidt and DJ LeMahieu bring stability, game, vision, and consistency in tense moments. On the other, Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, and even Trent Grisham inject the energy needed to give the team that extra boost when the tank seems empty. This perfect generational mix is what makes this roster so lethal. Young players playing with the maturity of seasoned veterans, and veterans rejuvenated by the contagious energy of the new wave. Not to mention the strategic side of things. Because while the talent on the field is obvious, the Yankees front office also deserves major applause. Despite the limitations imposed for the upcoming draft, the organization is working tirelessly to maximize every opportunity. It's no easy task to operate with one of the smallest bonus pools in the league, especially for a franchise used to having more freedom to invest heavily in new talent. But if history has proven anything, it's that the Yankees know how to be great under pressure. The challenge now is to find those hidden gems, the players who might fly under other teams' radars, but when developed correctly could become future Bronx legends. And while the focus remains on the present, it's reassuring to know the future is being carefully prepared. The Yankees' commitment to developing young talent, their strategic planning and negotiations, and their absolute focus on maintaining long-term competitiveness only reinforce that this is an organization that thinks big with every move. Of course, like any great story, there are also unexpected challenges, like the situation involving Jazz Chisholm Jr. The tweet during the game, which almost led to a suspension, served as a wake-up call for everyone. We are in a new era of sports, where social media is an extension of a player's personality. Balancing public presence with the responsibility of representing a franchise like the New York Yankees is an art everyone is still learning to master. Jazz, with his natural charisma and explosive style, has everything it takes to become one of the faces of this new Yankee generation. But incidents like this show that off-field growth is just as important as performance between the lines. The good news is that instead of letting the incident create fractures, the team used the moment to become even stronger. Frank conversations, exchanges of experiences between the veterans and the younger players, and a reaffirmation of what truly matters. Collective focus above all else. When a team can turn potential crises into opportunities for growth, you know they're ready to face any challenge the season throws their way. Now looking ahead, the excitement is undeniable. With Aaron Judge finding his home run rhythm, Max Fried dominating on the mound, DJ LeMahieu's return bringing even more balance on both sides of the ball, and young stars like Volpe and Dominguez stepping into bigger roles, the Yankees are not just positioned to fight for the playoffs, they're poised to dream big, very big. The feeling in the Bronx today mirrors the atmosphere before past great triumphs. That perfect mix of unwavering confidence and an insatiable thirst for glory. And here at the New York Yankees News Network, our mission is to live every play, every piece of news, every emotion right alongside you, passionate fans. We want to build together with you the biggest and best Yankees coverage community in Brazil. Always bringing updated content, honest analysis, and of course that unconditional love for the most glorious pinstripes in baseball. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the current moment of our Yankees, here's a special invitation. Come truly join our family. Subscribe to the channel, not just as another subscriber, but as an active member of this Yankee nation that never sleeps and never stops believing. Here, every voice matters, every comment strengthens our community, and every like is like a home run for us. And speaking of community, here's a question for you to reflect on and answer. After everything we've seen in the past few weeks, which player do you think is the heart and soul of this team? Who's making the biggest difference, both on and off the field? Drop your answer in the comments, share your vision with everyone, and help enrich this amazing Yankee community. Also, let us know if you enjoyed this content, what you learned from all these updates, and which moment touched you the most throughout this journey. Your feedback is the fuel that drives us to keep producing even more, even better. Thank you so much for sticking with us until the end, for living every news piece, reliving every play, and feeling the pride that only a true Yankee can feel. Let's keep going together always, because the Bronx never sleeps, and neither does our passion for the Yankees. See you in the next content drop, Yankees Nation. Until then, and as always, go Yankees.